as soon as I saw this crop circle design, I thought that this shape here looks like the branch of a tree, and then you'd have twigs coming off that to spheres with swirls in them, which to me means that you're looking down on the pole of something, an energy bubble, the north pole of an energy bubble. But I couldn't really see how that is going to relate to asteroids and solar systems. So I examined the ratio with a set of inverse spirals arranged at every 60 degrees, which picked up the centers of that circle and the outside of that circle. But I find that when I've got that many spirals going on over an image, it tends to obscure the center quite a bit. So I'm just going to take that lot off and leave this outside shape and then use that to define the ratio. And the first thing I'm going to do is reduce that by 90%. Absolutely typical crop circle ratio. That picks up the base of that circle and the center of that one. So we're on track with that. And from here, I'm going to jump to the inside of this twisty looking hexagonal shape in the center. Well, it's not hexagonal, but to do that, I'm going to go 47.8%. And that did hit it. So 478 is on our 0.9 ratio scale just over here. And to fill it in a bit, I'm going to rotate it 30 degrees as a reflection of the outer 12-point design. And that to me is pretty good. And then from the inside, I'm going to give it another 478, which picks up that center wagon wheel. And wagon wheels are made of wood. Reduce it another 90% for the inside of that circle. And from there to the middle, 53.1441, I do believe, picks up the center one. Although that's circular, we'll just use that as a size indicator. When I reduce this by 90 towards the center, it doesn't pick up, well, it picks up that circle there, but it doesn't pick up the centers of these inner circles. I'll leave that one there and give it another 90. So it's not registering, it's just not on sequence. So, and I think that's because these circles here have just been moved in and it hasn't taken into account that it should have a ratio reduction as it moves into the center, and that's deliberate. And it means that the spheres in this design are deliberately all the same size. Now, if I take this and I go to the square root of 478, which is 691, then they align to the center. And because they're the square root of 478, another 691 reduction will take it to that 478 there. Okay, so two 691s are equal to a 478. But what is it? Well, that needs a bit. Like that. equal sized spheres with tree branches, I've got to think they're apples. It's an apple tree. You're looking down on the top of an apple tree. But the crop circles are about the energy universe. What does an apple have to do with a planet? Well, you know, according to the crop circles, they've got everything to do with a planet in terms of their energy form. Well, it's obvious, isn't it? This is the outlying electromagnetic shape that we see around the planet. Here's a core, here's a polar axis, that will be the South Pole, that will be the North Pole. This is an extension of the polar axis to link it to the tree branch. And the tree branches are like lightning forks, except that they're surviving. And I think that's what the bubbles try to do. That's what energy bubbles try to do. They try to survive. And the crop circles are of the opinion that life is driven by energy. And it evolves from energy bubbles. So if the apple is thought of as an eyeball, perhaps, then the iris of the eye would be here, and this would be evolved filamentary structure which would go to the brain, which is also twin hemispheres that are surrounded by the shell of the bubble, which is the skull, and each of the organs is another bubble, which is evolved and linked by the tree branch shaped filamentary structure and capillary system. The message being that life forms are evolved energy forms. What about, coming back to the crop circle design we just looked at, this center ring here of raveled, skeined something or other. It doesn't look like bark. It doesn't look like the outside of a tree. So how is that linked to an apple tree? And going through the image files on Google, I find this circular, twisted, skeined circle of tree roots. And there we have it.